Hi, I'm Dave McKenna. I'm a freelance facilitator and I live in the world of governance and scrutiny. I particularly work with local councils, and as you can see from my background, it generally involves things like committee and board meetings. Since we've had the lockdown here in the UK, I've been facilitating a series of meetups on Zoom for people that support meetings like the one in my background. So they're called scrutiny officers, and we've been running something called Scrutiny Meetup, and we've been using Liberating structures as part of that Scrutiny Meetup in order to kind of give lots of participation so that people can get really involved in the meetups, because it's really important to have peer-to-peer support. We've run about 10 of the meetups since April, and they've been becoming increasingly popular, and we've been doing some really interesting work, and we've had some really positive feedback. So for each one of our meetups, we have a theme, and when we plan the meetup, then we try and find an activity that fits in with that theme. And the people that we know are coming and so on, and it makes it really easy to do that with Liberating structures, because it's, you can use the menu and find out exactly which structure is likely to be best for the purpose that you have for that meetup. I guess one of the things that I really like about it is that the whole thing is kind of open source. So they're kind of underpinned by the idea that anybody can do it. So when we're using these structures in the meetups, we're also doing a bit of sharing different facilitation methods with the participants that they can then take away and use themselves. So there's a whole community out there of people who know what you're talking about when you're talking about 124 All or Fishbowl or appreciative interviews or whatever it might be. And all kind of helping each other to kind of make these things work, especially because we've had to, adapt them a little bit for the virtual environment. But there's been that community of support to help you do it. I think it's I suppose the question I'd ask is, who wouldn't it be useful for? I mean, one of the things that we've really noticed with the meetups is that the people that we've been working with come from a world, as you can see behind me, which has got a formal world, and they're very used to kind of managed kind of presentations and conversations and so on. They're very used to listening to a PowerPoint for 30 minutes with a couple of questions at the end. So, and they've really embraced this way of working, and I can tell they really want to do everything as a Liberating structure now. They don't want in our meetups to be hearing a 20-minute presentation from an expert or whatever it might be. And I think my suspicion is that applies to most people, is that most people would probably be, actually, I'd rather speak to my peers and my colleagues about these things than necessarily just sit in a room and listen to somebody so much. So yeah, I don't know who wouldn't like it.
No.